Hey guys, welcome to another Draw and Talk video with Sophia. I'm feeling pretty good today. I got a haircut and now I'm coming to you live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I'm really excited to share this video with you guys because I tried a little something new with my art. I tried to just do like a monochromatic drawing, just using one color. So that'll be kind of fun. And then I'm also gonna be talking about what it means to me to be an artist and why I think it's important for all of us to create and just the beauty that it can bring to our lives. And thank you all for bearing with me while I'm just starting this YouTube channel and finding my rhythm. Hopefully we can see the growth together. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and here you are. So let's talk about why it's important for us to create and what being an artist really means to me and why we are all inherently artists. And I guess that's where I'll start, is that creating art is an inherent part of us being a human being. We are creative beings, and I tend to think, even at the most biological level, that at our biology, we desire to reproduce. And in a way, that's creation. It is creation. And I kind of relate that to, we just have a desire to create inherently, create anything, create something new, something novel to share with the world. And I think that's a beautiful thing about being a human being, because I don't think all creatures on Earth have the capacity to create in the way that we can. So that's something special about being a human. And we even see throughout history that we've always been creators. We continue to create and create and create to create new worlds for ourselves, create a new future for our children. It's just what we do. And I think that this can be related to technological advancements. This is physical art, visual art we create. This is media, movies, writing, books. This is dance. This is creative ways of problem solving our society's problems. All these are inherently creative things that we just do every day. And in our day-to-day, we do have to rely on our creativity to make decisions, to problem solve. And on to my next point, which is the most obvious to me, is because it's fun. Who doesn't want to play with some paint, some chalk, write some poetry, dance? Dancing is so healing, so beautiful, but also so fun. And I think it's important to find things that you like too, and to be very open-minded when it comes to what you think of as art, because it can come in unexpected ways, Even my boyfriend talks about skateboarding as a form of art, and I would have never seen that as a form of art. But, when I hear him talk about it, the intricacies that are needed to perform certain moves, the combination of moves, things like this, who am I to say what art is and isn't? It's these ways that we can tap into this playful aspect of ourselves that creating really is. It can be super playful, just pure exploration of ourselves and sometimes other people too, and we choose to co-create with people. So yeah, that's another reason I believe it's so important for us to create. And another thing I think of is just the fact that it can be a discipline for us. And if you are, full-time artist, or you've always done art, or, it's part of your career, you're a freelance artist, or whatever it might be, you went to school for art, you can probably attest to this, that it is a discipline. If you want to, get very good in some particular thing, filmmaking, dancing, writing, drawing, it takes discipline, and I think that's what can be super cool about art, is because through having this discipline, you can create so many beautiful things, and you can see your progress from day one to today. And it's just so magical to be able to see ourselves grow in this sense, and we become better able to express ourselves artistically, which is a super fun quality to have. And I think that having any kind of discipline is very helpful for us and healthy for us, for our self-confidence, for our self-image, for feeling accomplished in this life. And if art's not what you want to do, it's just something you do for fun, back to the other point, is just do it for fun. But I'm just saying, what I think is so amazing about art is that it can also be a discipline. It can also be something you do take seriously and that you do put a lot of effort in. Next one is that I also think it can be a flow state or a meditation. A lot of times it can bring us to a state of peace. I know for myself, sometimes when I'm really into a drawing, like that's all I care about. Like that's all like I want to be involved in. Like I just want to be lost in this drawing and I want to put all of myself into it, like it just becomes my world, and that's a beautiful thing, and there's not a million thoughts running through my head. And for someone who, has recently had a lot more problems with, slowing down my thoughts and being more present, something like drawing is so healing, especially just doing it for like an hour or two straight. Like, wow, like, and to just see your progress through it too. That's why I love making these videos as well, because I love seeing over time, like, what I was able to create, and they're just putting in effort. So, yeah, it's amazing when you can get just sucked in. And in a way, it can be a meditation. It can be a time for you to reflect, on your day. It can be a moment where finally you are creating rather than consuming, because I think we are in a bit of a culture of consumption, which in a way can exhaust you, just constant intake. And finally, I'm taking a moment to just create something from my consciousness to bring something into the world rather than constantly taking the world in. And I think that's very important to balance our energies out. Yeah, and I'll go on to talk about expressing emotions, because this one, it might be pretty obvious, but I feel that a lot of people have said this, that the biggest hardships in people's lives have caused them to be able to create such authentic and deep pieces through just the raw emotion of experiencing an event. And I think that is a beautiful thing, because when you see a piece of art, sometimes you just look at it and you can tell, wow, someone, you feel what they were feeling during it. And this doesn't only go for paintings or drawings, it definitely can, but even a movie, a book, a poems, I swear, oh my gosh, poems is such a potent way of expressing emotions, in my opinion. Writing in general, I suppose, but I think that's amazing. And it also can help us to understand our unconscious. And it's pretty cool that, at least for me, sometimes for this drawing, actually, I had the image idea pop into my head. I don't know from where, and I was like, I should draw that. And I did. And it's so crazy that we can, through art, take something that doesn't exist in a physical form in the slightest, and you might not even have a fully put together image in your head, but you can take that and blast it out into the 3D world. That's a crazy thing, and I'm so grateful that we can, because I've seen so many beautiful things because of that. People's unconsciousness, in a way, I think we all share a bit of our unconscious with each other, but still we all have bits and pieces that are our own, and it's amazing to see what lies in each person, in each soul. And that goes on to my last point of saying that you can create new worlds with art. It's an amazing thing. I mean, all these things that have been crucial to our lives, things like, let's say, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. I just watched Pirates of the Caribbean the other day. You know, that's a whole world. That's a movie, obviously. But even some books, some paintings, drawings you see, you can get deeply sucked in to whatever this artist has created. And how magical is that we can get lost in something outside of ourselves like that, because someone has done such a good job of taking something from inside their head and blasting it out into the world. So obviously you can tell from this video, I think art's amazing. I think that we should all create art. I think that we're all artists, and it's our duty to share the art we have inside of us with each other and see what happens. So, what pieces of art have you all been lost in before? Personally, I was a Harry Potter kid. I love Salvador Dali, and I love Rene Magritte. I believe you say it that way. Let me know. All right, guys, that concludes our second draw and talk. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any interest in buying the piece, the link is gonna be down below, so please look for that. And also feel free to comment. I would love to discuss this more with you guys. And that is all for this video. Thank you for watching.